Alright, so the power issue has been dealt with. The upgrade for the belts has been done. I did put in one extra crusher here, which is keeping us as full as we need to be currently. I did notice when we first started that we could not keep this one running, so I'm guessing about 3 of these is going to be needed for 3 of these. So when I have to upgrade this again, if I have to upgrade it again, we're going to have to put in a whole nother set of these, but upgrading the belts has done the job. You can see that we have all of our boilers over here running. I did have to upgrade these two burning inserters to steam ones because for some reason these two boilers making steam are running really fast where this one's not. I think it's only going... I think it's not being used. Yeah, it's not being used. I didn't notice that. So, let's actually use this thing since it's sitting here. We'll just do that. I was wondering why I had an extra underground pipe in my inventory. I knew that had to mean that I had one sitting out in the world somewhere that wasn't getting used. Well, now I figured out where. But I figure if we leave at least one of them with a burning inserter, that'll get us some steam to run the other two that are steam inserters. Alright, so as I said, we're going to work on setting up the washing plants today. By the way, I did go ahead and completely pack the coal vein down here with miners. And I did go ahead and set up this miner that's doing coal and the rubitite stuff. Just put a splitter in here that's hello. Why did it just send... Why is it sending output priority filtered? That's backwards. Why is it going backwards? Out. Well, for one, that's crushed, you dumbass. Okay, so that's the problem. There's your problem. Where do you actually find coal in this thing? I guess let's just look for coal. There we go. Coal. Go that way. Alright, so now we've got to get these little bits of red things out of there. There we go. So now we have it set up correctly. And now we need to get all this coal off of that line. And now I got a bunch of crap in my inventory I'm going to have to deal with later. But for right now, we're going to set up this washing plant. By the way, I went ahead and started the nickel smelting. I'm going to start the silicon smelting next. And then probably this alloy processing. And then we're going to have to get to the red science. I went ahead and made up the seafloor pump, which we're going to put right there. and it's going to output our viscous mud water. Hey, there you big thing. You're that thing I already got, I think. But you look funny, so I got you. Alright, so let's see here if I can remember how to set these up. So the first one is going to be the heavy mud water, which is going to need regular water and the viscous mud water. So we're also going to need a offshore pump. And we're going to set this like that. So then we'll put our offshore pump right there. There we go. Now we have water in there. And then we're going to put this down and into there. And then that's going to put out the mud and heavy mud water. Then we're going to need this one, which we're going to leave a little gap. And it's going to do this one, which is going to need more water. And it's going to make the concentrated mud water. Then we're going to leave a little gap. And it's going to make the light mud water, which is going to give us more mud and light mud water. And we're going to need another one, which is then going to go to thin mud water, which is going to give us light mud water, thin mud water, and mud. And then what do you do with the thin mud water? You would think it goes into, well, let's look and see. Thin mud water. And water is going to give us our sand. Okay. That's what I thought, but I was confused there for a second. Or we can turn it into saline water and mud. So we could do both if we wanted to. Eventually we can do this if we want. But sand we're going to need for white phosphorus. We're going to need it for clay bricks, which we're going to need these clay bricks for algae farms, air filters, chemical furnaces, all kinds of level 2 stuff. So eventually we're definitely going to need that. Ooh, we have a cooling tower and a crystallizer. We also need that if we're going to do the desert garden. We can also apparently sluice the sand to get 20% chance of iron ore, 10% for copper, crystal dust, 5% for gold, 1% for chrome, platinum, and then get more thin mud water out, which we could then send back in for more sand. And this is a mad clown thing. I think I'm seriously going to do this because that's going to give us iron, which is the only real thing we want out of this at the moment. I might look into that next. Now, the other option is that we turn it into saline water which saline water we can turn into brown algae, which we can use for compost, some kind of acid, lithium chloride, sodium carbonate, and eventually we can apparently get fish out of it, and polluted artificial fish water. You say so. So we may actually set up multiple of these. This acid is going to go with cellulose fiber, which is going to make pulp, which is part of making paper. And then paper can be used. Okay. So if we make paper, we can use paper to make our wooden boards instead of using trees. So that'll give us a way of making our basic circuit board without having to cut down a bunch of trees to do it. And we'd basically be using cellulose fiber, which is going to come from wood. I need to check and see. There is green algae, which we can just do water into green and brown. Or we can do mineralized water and carbon dioxide to get green. Mineralized water is crushed stone and water will turn into mineralized water, which we have ass tons of crushed stone. So that wouldn't be a bad option. So I'm going to look at that algae stuff in a bit. But let's go ahead and get this up and running so we can get our mud, which is what we're actually here for currently. I really need to get these pipes automated so I have them when I need them, instead of having to do this handcrafting every time. There we go, and then we need to do this into each one of these. And we do need one more of the washing plants. And we also need to run power over here. Alright, so now that is going to work. And that's going to turn that one on. It's going to get started. That one's now running. That one's now running. And we can go ahead and put in the last one here, which is going to be doing sand for right now. There we go. And that'll give us our sand. And now we just want to put, and I'm going to use these old chutes that I got left over. We're just going to stick them on each one of those. And we can put all that mud together. And for right now, we're just going to make a box to put our mud into. And then that'll localize it all into that one spot. And we'll need to do, I'm going to go ahead and make one more chute. And we'll have it go into there. And we'll put the sand in there for right now. Now I'm going to go ahead and make one of these sluices, and we're going to see just how well it works. Go ahead and get this silicon started. Needs a lot of iron pipes apparently. We're dumping a pretty good load of sand out of there at the moment. Gotten 138 already. Well, 140 because two in my inventory. Alright, so let's put this down up here for the moment. So it's going to put water in the bottom and the light mud water, which is going to go... We're going to have to put that into its own washing plant, I do believe. So let's pop that out of there. And we're going to go ahead and put this... right there. No, actually I want to move it over... No, actually I want to leave it right there. Hold on. Give me those. And we want that to come out, that to go in. There, just like that. And we need more pipes. Figures. Alright, so there's that. And then we're going to go ahead and put this one up just a bit. Alright, so we're supposed to get like a 20% for the iron. And so far we've gotten 1 gold before we got our iron. But we'll go with it. So this is going to do the sand again. And now we're going to run that over to there. This over to here. Come on, give me the rest of my pipes. Alright, then that is going to turn that into more sand, which we're then going to send right back over here, I do believe. We'll see if it works. Now, that is not what I told you to do. I want you going that way, that going that way. So that'll just do a loop. And if it can't, we can always set up another sluice. We may actually do a few of them just to see how well we can do this here. We're going to have to get our stuff out of here, which it seems like this is a pretty good way of getting gold at the moment. Not that we need gold right now, but we've gotten 1 chrome, 1 crystal, and at least 3 gold already. Let's just put that right there, and we'll make a box, and we'll see what we actually get out of this thing. Now, let's see how we're doing over here. We're actually gaining on sand here. And we're staying pretty full on sand there. So we don't want this to get backed up, which it already is a bunch. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to make another one of these. I got to go grab some steel. So give me a minute and I'll go do that. Alright, so I got the steel. Let's grab us another washing plant, which we're going to put do it like this, so the water comes in there, then yeah, that'll work. We can just do this, and then it'll give us our saline water out on this side. So now we can make more mud and saline water, which we'll have to send the mud up through here, which I'm gonna go ahead and use these cheap old chutes here because, well, we're not getting much out. I could actually use the gray belts as well, because, well, we've only made 70 mud complete so far, and then we'll figure out if we need the saline water later, and we'll deal with that. So let's see what we've actually managed to get here. We got 5 iron, 7 copper, 9 crystal dust. We could have gotten other iron or copper. I actually have some in my inventory I gotta get rid of, so I'm not sure. But that's kind of what we got so far. And it really looks like we could do with a couple more sluices. I might fiddle with this a little bit more if it looks like a viable way of getting some stuff. Right now it's just looking like it's kind of a power sink where you just kind of get some more rare stuff, but it takes a bunch of power because, you know, the water's free, doesn't cost anything to get them. It just takes the power to run them down, and then the power to actually do that. But anyways, that's me messing around with setting up a washing thing. We'll see where that takes us. We do want to get this mud turned into dirt, if I remember correctly. Wait a minute, we can make grass? The heck are we gonna do with that? We needed... Hey, we can actually use this mud to make landfill. Not that we can use the landfill right now, because I think we actually have to have this before we can that actually doesn't say we need it. That's strange. I wonder if we can actually place it. I gotta try this, because if so, that seems like something that needs to be fixed. That recipe should not be possible if you haven't done the landfill recipe yet. Sand, desert, landfill. Alright. We're gonna do that. Takes a lot of it to do it. I mean, like a butt ton to do it. I didn't look at that. Let's just throw that in there. It's slow. Alright, so... Yep, we can place it. Alright, so that's a way you can make landfill and place landfill before even doing the landfill science, which is kind of strange. It would take a butt ton of these to actually make it viable, because, well, I put 54 in there. I think I said I had, what, 70 mud, and I've gotten 3. And for some reason, they're not placing very well. But yeah, completely can do it. That's kind of strange. Alright, so I'm going to leave you guys with that. Next time, we'll look at how we're actually going to use this mud. Because I'm obviously not going to do that unless I want to make 1,000,000 of them. And I'd much rather use stone for landfill because, well, I have tons of it. And you know what? Let's just throw this iron right on in there. Because that's where it's going to get used. Because, yeah, I have all of that in stone right now. All from my crushed stone, which we may be sending some of it other places, but look how much of it I have. It's not a big issue. So I'm going to leave you guys here. Let me know which way you like these videos. This one's a bit longer than most of them because I did most of all of my derping around and building during the video rather than cutting it all out and showing you the before and afters. So, you know, leave me a comment, let me know which way you like better, or I can just do, you know, as I have been, a little here and a little there, a little from column A, a little from column B, you know. Anyways, I will talk to you guys next time. Have a good one.